Hello, we're at the Installer Show and I'm talking to Kieran from Anton. Welcome, Kieran.
Hiya.
And today we're going to be talking about Anton Sprint Pro series. So, but before that, Kieran, can you tell us about what you've been exhibiting at Installer Show?
Yeah, that's fine. So we've been exhibiting our, like you say, the range of the Sprint Pros, telling the engineers exactly what to do, giving them little tips and tricks. And we've also got a couple of new products that we've been exhibiting as well as a new commercial analyzer, which is coming in the next 12 weeks.
A new commercial analyzer?
Yeah.
Can you tell us what it's called, or is that not allowed?
So it's going to be called the Sprint Pro 50. It goes back to the original when we were called Telegam. We had the Telegam 50, one of the first analysers. So we're going back to our roots with that. And it's going to be a high-range CO analyzer for commercial boilers in factories.
Great. And you mentioned tips and tricks. Have you got any that you can share with us now?
Yeah, of course I can. So it's little things that you may not know by just buying an analyzer from the distributor from yourselves without contacting us directly. So stuff like do not push the probe in too hard into the analyzer. You may damage the O-ring. Cleaning your filters out, showing people where the tests are, just giving them general information about exactly what our analyzers do with the accessories.
Wonderful. And so, talking about the Sprint Pros, could you tell us about them? What are the differences between the models?
Of course I can. So our range is Sprint Pro 1 to 6 and everything in the middle. So the Sprint Pro 1 is solely for flue gas analysis when servicing a boiler. Okay, so that is for your freshly qualified heating engineer, plumber, whatever it may be. It's just starting their journey. As you go through, the Sprint Pro 2 does what the Sprint Pro 1 does, but also let by tightness testing, which means you haven't got to buy a manometer. You haven't got to buy an accessory. The analyzer will do everything. Now, the Sprint Pro 3, which is our most popular analyzer, does everything that a domestic engineer will need. It's our 8-in-1 flue gas analyzer. So it does the flue gas analysis, the let by tightening testing, flammable gas leak detecting, refrigerant gas leak detecting. It does a whole wide variety of things. We have the Sprint Pro 4, which has an independent CO sensor in there for your CMDDA1 engineers for fumes investigations. If there's a fatality in a house, you'd use that analyzer to go and do that. We have our Sprint Pro 5, which is for commercial kitchens. Yep. And the Pro 6, which does everything. As well as your light commercial boilers on top of that.
So that one's the most comprehensive, most versatile.
Yeah.
Yes. But there's a Sprint Pro for anyone, regardless of what your experience or application is.
We've catered to everybody, so if you do buy the Sprint Pro 1 and you don't want to buy another analyzer, we have all the accessories that all the other analyzers will do, you can do anyway.
Excellent. And speaking of all the Sprint Pros, they all feature water stop technology. Now, could you take us through that, please?
Of course I can. So I've got a probe just down here, which will show it there. So obviously you're plugging that into the bottom of the analyzer, and the water will rise through. Now, once the water with your gas boiler gets to the sponge filter, it will come up a notification on your boiler and stop the pump from sucking anymore. Okay. So it will protect any moisture from going in the analyzer, which is the reason why we've put our water trap on the probe rather than inside the analyzers like other analyzer manufacturers do, to protect your analyzer completely from the water.
Yeah, so no water can get.
No water whatsoever.
And how do you look after those?
So you look after those, simply for the fact is, this is brand new, so it may look embarrassing I've not been able to open it up. There's literally just a unscrew, twist, and you get some pliers, pull that out there, and then you can dry the filter that's on the inside as well.
Great, thank you. And so as a final question, what's the main message you want people to take away from our talk today?
The main message I want people to take away from the talk today is trust your analyzer and contact us. There is no such thing as a stupid question. If you got any questions about the analyzer, please contact us directly. We like to be as personal as we can because we want you to trust your analyzer and trust us.
Thank you. It's been great speaking to you today.
Thank you.
Thank you. And remember, you can buy Anton's range of flue gas analyzers and accessories from tester.co.uk.